Hello everyone. It's finally arrived after a couple of months. This is the Fjallraven Abisko Lite 1. Fjallraven's new, what some might say, an Akto copy. I'll probably get sued for that by Fjallraven. But I was very interested to try this tent. I really love Fjallraven tents. They tend to be very strong, very well featured, and I like all things Nordic. So I've bought one. It's just finally arrived after the couple of months of waiting. The main differences from the Akto are, I would say it's probably higher at the foot and head ends. You'll see it's also got quite an interesting flattened hoop profile, which gives you more headroom across the width of the tent. And the inner vents, or the vents that vent the inner, I should say, on the end here, can be controlled from inside the inner tent. So while you're lying comfortably in your sleeping bag, there are zips on the inner to allow you to change them. It also has 3 guying points at the end, which I think is slightly different from the Akto. Again, somebody I'm sure will correct me on this in the comments. And it can be double poled, so it has a captive end at this end, and then if you look at the foot detail, it's got a double pole foot, so you can pop that in there if need be. Not that I hope I would need it. It does feel very strong, really nicely made, just nice features. Some of the wee fasteners and things are quite good. Hope that's in focus. A nice big vent at the top again, which in conjunction with the foot vent hopefully will mean condensation isn't too much of an issue. The poles are added. You just fold them out and put them in manually, and you'll see they take a lot of stress there. There's ballistic nylon or cordura used on the stress points. It was 1.8 kilos when I weighed it this morning, which gave me a bit of a shock because I thought that's too heavy and I was going to immediately return it. Having said that, if you look at all the blurb and stuff you get with it, which is all lying here, 300 grams worth of extras that you don't need to carry. Repair kits, repair poles, pole section, proofing, seam sealant, 2 extra pegs, stuff sacks. So that brings it back to 1.5, which to me is perfectly viable and in line with the Akto. I'm not actually sure what the Akto's present weight is. It's extremely long tent, so if you're tall, sleeping will be no issue. And there's a good bit of width at the back there. You'll see there's 2 little pockets. If I take you inside as smoothly as I can, I'll just show you a couple of other things. Quite nice the way the door hangs, so it doesn't go in into the dirt and stays out your way. I've just pinned it back there, but it comes round in a kind of loop right round. Again, it's part mesh. I say part mesh, it can be sealed totally. I'll try and take you back a bit. There you go. It can be sealed totally or vented as you wish. You've also got the zip at the end there, and both the head and foot end, and that'll allow you to control the throughput of air. Let's try and swing you around a bit here. Another set of pockets at the bottom, nice big deep one actually. And quite nice up here is a wee headlamp pocket, which I quite like. It's always a bit of a faff trying to find somewhere to put your headlamp, which is great. There's also a wee mesh triangle here, which is permanently mesh, so be interested to see if that's cold. Comes with a hanging line and plenty of hanging attachments, little guy line again. The zip pullers are tinkle free, as I would call it, for want of a better word. I think one of the problems with the Akto is they leave the metal zipper ends on, which tend to tinkle in wind. This has been removed. That's your hanging door there. Really, really roomy. Feels very comfortable. It's bigger than the previous Abisko one, which I think is very important. Feels a lot more roomy actually, and way, way longer. This Neo Air has probably 2 feet at this end and a foot at the other end without touching, which is way bigger than the previous version of the tent, although it was a different design. What else is there to say? The inner colour is not the bright yellow of Hilleberg. It's a strange kind of what I call tea-stained white. Not unpleasant, feels quite warm and quite pleasant to be inside here. It's a pretty overcast day outside, but that feels okay. The inner can be drawn back. Here there's a little puller, so you can actually move the inner out the way to cook and give yourself more storage space, or pull it back forward for maximum internal room. So what else are we missing? The other thing to mention maybe is just this dual density fly sheet. So for wear and tear it's thicker at the bottom and lighter at the top. And the door has got quite a nice venting system, which has got a mosquito net on it. So again, I don't know if that's different from the Akto. So you can have the door vented and still keep the beasts out, especially when you're cooking. So that's a first initial impression. Once I've captained this thing, we'll run another video for you and I'll give you a bit more info. Thanks for watching.